welcome to the Improv Summit. As always, I'm your host, and we are here for season two. Woohoo! Season two. A lot less interview, a lot more improv. I think that's the tagline for this season. We'll see. I mean, the improv stuff is fun, but we still want to have the interview and get to know some of our improvisers and see what their thoughts are on improv. And today with me, I have surprisingly not the first Greek I've had on this show. But the first true international Greek that I've had on the show. And today it's Yiannis. How are you today?
Hi guys.
I guess I should say Tikanis.
Ευχαριστώ. It's very nice to be here. Thank you for having me. I've always loved improv. I always wanted to get more into it. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, now you're knee deep into it. There's no going back now.
Yes,
Just
sir.
kidding. This is super casual. Cool. So let's just chat a little bit about your relationship to improv, whatever that means to you. Like, what have you done with improv? What do you know about improv? What is the scene like in improv that's not in America and maybe in the world of Cyprus and Greece, but or whatever you want to tell us. Like, what is your relationship to
Oh, from what I know, there's no real improv in Cyprus or Greece. Okay, no, I'm from Cyprus. Okay, there's no improv there. There's no pure comedy to be found in Cyprus, unfortunately. Not like here. Here you have like clubs who are like dedicated on comedy. Okay, well you could like the comedy. What was it? The famous one. Come on.
Which one? Second City, UCB, IO.
I think IO.
Whose line? You talking about whose line?
No.
Comedy Sports. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Anyway, there's a lot. That's exactly my point. There's a lot. Okay, and in Cyprus or Greece, we don't have those like places you can just go and enjoy a stand-up or some improv. But I've always known about them. I always known about improv. We do have some stand-up, okay, but it's like scattered in places, and it's the industry doesn't work there, man. It doesn't work. Like they don't care. They just don't care. But here, when I came and I discovered improv, actual improv, I did go into it for a bit, but I also had my school, to which I graduated recently, by the way. I also had my school to attend to every day, and as you remember, my hours were like intense. All the time. And if you're not in school, you're rehearsing. And if you're not rehearsing, you're memorizing lines. It's nuts.
The amount of things before pandemic, I was like, you want to go do this? You want to go do this? No, school. And I was like, all right, dude, whatever.
I know.
Thought you were writing me off, but I know it was just because you were busy with like everything.
I really was, man. I really was.
I'm glad we hit Disneyland before you got busy.
That's still one of my best experiences.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
One of my best days.
For those that don't know, I was like, oh yeah, the park opens at 7, and Yanni's just like, what time are we getting there? I'm like, we're leaving at 6. Because I was like, we are gonna be there for a rope drop, and we are gonna go on Peter Pan.
Bro, it worked. We did everything in a day. Everything.
Yeah, and we left. We didn't leave till like midnight. We were there very long time.
We left when it closed.
Yeah, which was midnight.
Yeah, it was perfect because we did everything. Like I have no complaints.
Everything that we wanted to do. I mean, we skipped, like the carousel, but I mean, we did everything we wanted to do.
I think it's okay if we skip the carousel. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Do you remember when my phone stopped working and I had to get a new phone?
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
I was like, I don't know what to do at this point. Luckily, the cast members are really great, and they were able to like make everything work and resolve it, even though it wasn't their fault. I was like, way to go! Like you're awesome.
No, it's good service. Good service.
Shout out to the cast members. Shout out to those cast members from August 2019. You're wonderful. But yeah, so Anyway, that's not about improv. We can talk about that later.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I know you were busy with school, but I'm glad we got to get that in there before you didn't get to do anything for 2 years.
I know. I did some stuff, to be honest. Like I traveled a little bit and stuff, but it was like very minimal. I had to be very with my time. Like if I had to go somewhere and I had to be on the bus, I had to have my scripts with me so I could study on the bus.
Yeah.
Like there's no time to lose.
Welcome to the industry.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
It's like when I'm driving, I'll like have like a recording of a script, and I'll like have the other lines, and I'll try to like say it as I'm
Same.
driving. I'm like blah 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 blah.
I bought a small recording device, like it was like 30
Yeah.
bucks. So worth it as an investment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was worth it was these wireless buds, because now I feel like I'm freer when I'm moving around. I'm not like connected to a wire,
Yeah, I
so
don't
I
have,
can
yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
get it.
I can kind of like go over here and talk and like do other things while people are talking. Like, oh, it's so freeing.
I
But
get it.
I
I
mean,
get it.
they're pretty cheap, so like the charging station's a little funky, but I mean, for $30, what can I say?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly. You want the good ones? Go pay 500 bucks.
yeah, exactly. I can pay $30 multiple times before I reach that $500 version. So that's I'll roll with it. I'll make it work.
It's pure math. It's pure math, my friend. Pure math.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we talked a little bit about like a general background of improv that you have.
Hmm.
But like as far as your relationship to improv, what do you love about improv, and why do you want to do improv? Why do you do improv? What do you love about improv?
What I love about improv, that's actually a good question. What I do love, it's the freedom. It's the freedom of it. Okay. You go there unrehearsed, no lines, you did no rehearsal, you have done no character build up, you don't know who your guy is. Okay. You can go there and you can be an assassin that has 5 babies. Okay. You don't know what's gonna happen. This unpredictability is, I found it always amazing. It gives you a certain joy, and it's always, you don't know where the scene is going to start. It might start in a fire where someone's cooking a fish, okay, and then a scuba diver coming from the sea and murdering everyone. Like it can be anything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it can be funny, it can be dramatic. It's usually funny. That's what I love about improv the most, because 90% of the times it's comedy. And I, I
Mm-hmm.
I love that because I'm a comedy lover. I've always have been.
Yeah,
And it's that,
that's
and,
great.
and that freedom and that interaction you have with everyone. The talent that's out there and people don't notice. It's amazing. I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's so many things that can be said about improv, as far as like one big thing is people are always like, "Oh, improv, that's like for actors." And
It's
like, yeah, I
not
mean, actors do improv, but improv can literally be for
anyone.
anybody.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things that you learn from improv that, at least for me, I've learned and I've taken into like my general daily life, of like being more confident, feeling like I have more of a heightened listening,
Uh,
being able to quickly respond to situations. Situation sounds rough, but like, if someone's like, I need, can you help me out with this thing real quick? It's like, instead of being like, ugh, it's like, how can I problem solve? And I feel like
yeah.
I'm much quicker thinker, much more problem solving,
Mhm.
which I think is always great. Did you notice, as you were doing any improv, that you discovered any of those elements or any other elements of like how you can just use improv in your daily life, or to build your daily life skills?
Well, improv makes you quicker in the head. Okay, like it makes you quick to reply to anything. Like one thing that has helped me my in my one-liners when we're talking comedy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it has helped me into being quicker.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, whatever. Like being in school, we did some improv in school, by the way, in my school as well, but it was only one semester. Like and that class really helped me. And I've always had that complaint from my school: why just one semester of improv?
Mm.
You know, that's like 2 months of improv only, and it's like once a week it was. So
Yeah, so it's like 8 classes, 10 classes.
yeah, it's nothing. And everybody loved that class. It was so much fun, and we had some time to release some of the stress that we have from the other classes.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my school, if you had a break, if you had like a 4-hour break until the next class, that 4-hour break you studied for the next class.
Mm-hmm.
And you would eat something quick. You would get your Tupperware, your food. You would eat something quick, like we did in Disneyland, and
Yeah.
and
Oh
just
yeah.
do it. Yeah,
Saved a lot of money that way though.
we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We only got that pineapple ice cream. That was actually amazing, though. Yeah, that
Oh,
was
the
really
Dole
good.
Whip. Yeah, I talked about Dole Whip like literally like the other day. I was talking about Dole Whip because it's so good.
That thing was fucking
Um,
brilliant. Seriously.
So good. It's so good, and it's dairy free, which is also fascinating. Like it's legitimately a vegan
Yeah,
dessert. It's
yeah.
oh,
You
it's
wouldn't
so
you wouldn't
good.
expect it. You wouldn't expect it.
No, you wouldn't. especially for how smooth it goes down. Like it's real nice.
Yeah. No,
But
I
yeah,
discovered vegan food when I came to America because okay, you can't be vegan in Cyprus. It's like a disgrace. But but I came here and I also have a vegan roommate and he I've tried every vegan food you can imagine and it's actually very good food. It's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
for sure.
I'm not a vegan and I don't think I'll ever be, but that's a personal choice. Okay. I do
Right.
enjoy my
Sure.
meat and at the end of the day I am Greek. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
gotta have that
There's
lamb, you know.
Of course. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say coming up next week is the Improv Summit Dole Whip and Vegan Edition. But until then,
Until then,
just until
yeah,
then, we'll make some delicious there's like copycat Dole Whip recipes online. Anyway, we'll talk about this later.
yeah.
Let's go on
Later,
to let's talk about the next thing.
go for it.
Are there any so like, improv, there's a lot of you like when I watch improv, when I perform in improv, I blow through
Yeah.
so many scenes that I can't remember most of the time what happened. And people will bring it up later, like, remember when you did that one scene? And I'm like, no.
No.
But there are scenes or moments that I remember, whether I'm performing on stage or being in the audience, of like watching a team and I'm like, I will never forget the scene that they did. Or when I'm performing, I'm like, this is how I remembered how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Are there any of those moments for you, whether watching improv or performing in improv, where you just remember these scenes so vividly and like, you can even like talk about like what happened in those scenes or why you like them?
Uh, One scene. Okay. Watching improv, I have a lot of scenes that I remember from watching improv. Okay.
Hmm.
But from doing improv, I remember one. Okay. And it was okay, it was kind of funny. Okay, so we were around the fire, supposedly, and we were telling scary stories. Okay. And
Hmm.
one of the guys says, okay, this is a reference to the war of Cyprus and Turkey. And for those who don't know, there's been we've been at war since 1974, I guess.
Yeah,
And
probably.
yeah,
Maybe
probably,
even
yeah.
longer.
Yeah. It never really stops. And and someone said his horror story was there's a Greek right here and there's a Turk right here, but they don't know who is who. They said, and then it was like, oh, and then immediately I started looking for him, and he was starting to look for me, and then our eyes crossed, and then we just made it work into the scene, and it was like, it was fun the way we made it work, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was powerful. Yeah, it was unexpected, very unexpected.
That's not a scene I would expect for an improv scene, but that's that's
But
that's
that
also the beauty of improv, is you just never
exactly,
know what's going to happen.
you never know what's going to happen. That's exactly the beauty of it. Like you just said, I would recommend to everyone to try improv once in their lives. But the thing is, don't be shy. They're always shy. Oh my God, what am I gonna?
Hmm.
Don't think about that. Have a shot of scotch and just go, man. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So were there any other, like, because you said that that was like one that you were kind of in, do you remember any scenes that you watched that you remember like pretty well as far as people who were improvising?
I do remember the scene. It was from Parks and Rec, the guy that played John Ralphio. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think the actor is Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
And those who watch Park and Rec, they know him. He's insanely talented, especially when it comes to comedy. So when I found out that he did improv, I jumped on the chance to watch it. And
Sure.
the only thing he did from that scene I remember was like a 5-minute scene, and he said we're just and he was just sitting right here on the ground, and across him was his partner. Okay, and they were doing the scene together, and they just started talking and insulting each other. Like that was the scene. It was just a roast.
That's so interesting.
Exactly. That's how it started. It was just a roast, and then they got handsy. And they started wrestling, and they did it in a way that the audience thought that they were actually fighting.
Yeah.
See, so that's the thing. I'm not talking about the actors, the actual people. You thought they were in an actual argument, and people got up to stop it. You know, that's when
Mm-hmm.
I understood that. Look at the impact that this small scene had. Okay, I don't remember exactly what they were saying. It started off something about the one guy's nose, and then about his hair, and then about the other guy was a bit chubby, something like that, you know.
Mm.
But it became crazy in like 2-3 minutes.
That's interesting. That's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Who would expect that?
Nobody. And again, that's
Which,
the beauty of improv.
yeah, which also leads me into this. I'm gonna improvise a question here,
Go for
because
it.
it's all about improv.
It's all about improv.
So there's these scenes that you remember. right?
Mhm.
Is there a scene that like you're like, you know what, I would love to see if this happened, or like I would love to see these two characters, or I'd love to see this location, or like what to you would be just an interesting scene to watch or be a part of, based on the characters, or like kind of like describe a scene for me that you think would be a fun scene to be a part of or watch.
Okay, okay. Putting me on the spot. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
improv.
it is. Okay.
Improv.
First thing that comes into my head, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of racism in America. Okay. Everybody knows this. Okay. There's a lot of racism, especially towards black people, which I will never understand because they practically built this country.
Hmm.
Like, yep. So but what I am gonna say, I would love to see a scene between someone who's like a pure racist. There's a lot of them here. Call them what you want. You can call them rednecks or whatever you want to call them. Someone who's like a real racist and a black guy. And I would love to see an interaction between those two people. Okay. And how they could interact. And maybe at the end of the improv, maybe they find some common ground and become friends.
Mm.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing that comes into my head. I tried to answer that quickly.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's definitely a improv can get political, and if you do it
Yeah,
correctly, it actually can be very heartfelt and very thought-provoking and engaging.
exactly.
So I think that's a it's an interesting a combination to
Yeah,
see, you know, smart improvisers will play that scene very well.
yeah.
So
It's
I
what
think
I've
that's
sorry.
no, it's all good.
It's what I've always said about comedy. People don't understand this simple thing here. Stop getting offended. Okay. Enjoy the comedy, whatever it is. Okay.
Mm,
Enjoy it and just have a laugh. That's the purpose of it. Okay. It's one, I don't remember who said it. I think it was Dave Chappelle. He said, I'm not racist or sexist, but I do find those jokes funny.
mhm.
And that's why I put them in my comedy. And he said, it's every comedian's responsibility to speak recklessly. Be reckless and don't give a fuck. That's comedy.
Mm.
It's actually that simple. And I think that's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Cool. I want to take a quick pause. A quick pause. We're still going.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug or pitch or promote?
Plug or pitch. I just graduated from the Stella Adler Academy of Acting and Theater. As I said, I have been getting a lot of jobs. So I'm happy about that. Okay. And this is like a pivotal time for me. This right now, because I am working so much every single day. Remember, this interview was supposed to be yesterday, and I was filming again. I was on set, so I
Hmm.
couldn't do it. Uh,
Hmm.
I have nothing to pitch except the fact that I'm actually very grateful for the jobs I've been getting. I'm actually very grateful. I've been getting a lot of jobs, but what I would like to get some more comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now say you want to do more comedy in Greek, so people know that you can also
Oh,
speak
I
Greek.
would love that. The people need to know that yes, I am fluent in Greek, and when say fluent, I mean fluent. I am native.
Yeah. I
So
guess
yeah,
like Taitala. I know. I would like. See, I got that. Taitala.
Thailand.
And yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting
Uh,
there. No, your Greek is getting better. Like seriously,
yeah,
it
it
is.
is. It is. It is. It's getting
It
there
is.
for sure. But Taitala, I don't know what would like to do comedy is. I don't know do comedy, but
Θα ήθελα να κάνω κομμωδία.
comedia. Oh, that's so easy.
Κομμωδία is
Like
comedy. Yeah.
I learned teatro, museo, cinema, mini market.
You're close. You're close. It's museo, teatro,
Teatro, yeah.
cinema, and what else was it?
Mini market.
Mini market. Yeah, mini market's mini market. It's the same. I mean,
I asked my mom and she's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, I think it's just mini market.
it is mini market. That's it. That's
But like I know like it's on this whole conversation. This is a quick tangent. I say that my viewers know that it's not going to be a quick tangent,
yeah.
but like pharmacio, I'm like I know what that is. That's easy.
Pharmacio.
Pharmacio,
That's pharmacy.
or
Yeah.
like scooter or motocicleta. Like I got those, but then like bus I can never remember. Leoforio, like and like
That's actually
that's
very close. Leoforio.
yeah. Yeah, Leoforio. Yeah, it's hard.
Leoforio.
Or like Varka. I never remember as being a boat.
It's a boat. Yeah.
Those are hard for me because I can't. I can't, but like I've started to do the Mr. Portocalis thing. I don't know if you know this, but I've really been doing like the Mr. Portocalis
Oh,
thing
to
where I'm
find the
like,
connection of every Greek word.
oh, uh-huh, yep. I
It's there.
Maheri, I said come it's like a machete because it's a big knife. I've got that one. Hortofagos is vegetarian because the study of plants is horticulture. So
Yeah.
horticulture, hortofagos, vegetarian. There you go. Arachnid, spider. You know. So I've been like putting all of these together, and I'm like, oh, this is so great. And then I think it's hilarious. But then also, so camel and giraffe. You know how I know what they are?
That's
Because camel is
Camila and
Camila.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
easy.
and Camila
Uh,
Bardelli.
yeah, Camila Pardali. And I was like, how do I remember that? And I was like, wait a second. A giraffe has a hump like a camel, but what else does a giraffe have that a camel doesn't have? A long neck. And which of those two words is longer? Giraffe. Camila and Camilo Pardali. And I'm like, that's why I know giraffe.
Good, 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 good.
This is what I come up with.
Bro, if it works for you, it works, you know?
It does. It really helps. I mean, then like I always, it's so interesting because like the word lion, for whatever reason, I always say it with like I'm like Leondari. Like I don't know why I can't say it without doing it
You
like
make it
that.
into, you turn it into poetry.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So it's so funny. But what does bug me though is like uh Elada, Elenica, Elenas. It's like it's all this. It's all Greek, but like change. Like why does it change every time?
Yeah, I know, I
Or
know,
like
I know.
or
But
like
we're more
Mia and
specific.
Anna.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
more
Oh yeah.
specific with our words. That is, you can't just say Greek, and mean the whole country. You know, that's
Yeah.
not how we operate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Elada is the
Yeah,
country. Elenica is like Ligo Elenica, like
yeah.
Ligo Elenica,
Mhm.
which is I speak a little Greek. And then Ime Elenas, I am Greek.
Yeah.
It's, but I would say I guess Ime Elenos Americanos, because I'm Greek American. But this is
Elinoamericanos. Yeah.
Elino Americanos, yeah, yeah. So this is it's too many things.
I know. I get it. I get it. It's a tough
But
language. It's a very tough
yeah,
language.
but it's like I told you once, like Iarkuda Pini Bira. Like, what am I ever gonna use that?
Never.
Never.
You will
But
never
like,
use that.
I'll never forget that the bear drinks beer. I will never forget it.
You will never forget it, but you're never gonna see a bear drinking beer. So,
No, I will never see it.
yep.
Anyway, this has been a great Greek lesson here on the Improv Summit Greek Lesson Edition. Rolling through it all, everything but improv on this episode. No,
We did it.
but I
We're
have,
gonna do improv too.
yeah, right, yeah. Well, we'll see. I have one final question for you.
Go for it.
And this is the reason why I'm doing the Improv Summit, as you can
Okay.
see here, the Improv Summit. And a lot of people would come up to me before pandemic, but even now with online improv being so accessible and saying, "Oh, you do a lot of improv. Where should I take improv?" And yes, they all sound exactly like that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
and it's always been a hard question for me to answer because my experience is different than everybody else's experience in the
Hmm.
entire world.
Yeah.
And I also don't know what people want out of improv or like what like where would fit for them. So if someone came up to you and asked you that question, what's like something that you would say to help guide them on their journey through improv?
Well, first thing I would say, look it up online first. Okay. Look up improv sketches, improv theaters, improv whatever. Okay. Just type improv on YouTube, on Google, and you'll find a lot of stuff. Okay.
Mm,
Watch it first, see what it's about, and then decide, is it something you can do? Is it something you want to give it a try? And as I said previously, I would suggest to everyone to try it at least once. Okay. Try everything in your life once if you can. You know, I mean, we only get one, the life.
yeah.
So
Oh
try
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Other than that, find improv jams close to you. Type improv close to me. And just go and watch some improv, man. Watch some improv. And if you want to do it, just do it. There are places like my first improv, the first thing I did was I went to an improv jam. I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere in Hollywood. Okay. But what I do remember is I went to watch it and it was like I was alone. I go alone to these places all the time.
Oh, I go all by myself to everything. I just don't want
I
to deal with people.
I yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes, or I go watch a movie
I
by
go to
myself.
theme parks by myself. I don't
Yeah,
even care anymore.
same. It's the most freeing thing ever. Okay,
Oh, it's great.
I would suggest it to anyone. Take a trip by yourself. Go to freaking Hawaii by yourself for 10 days. you're gonna discover things that you can never discover before. Honestly, I came to America by myself, so
Yeah.
yeah. So other thing I would say, find those improv jams or whatever, or go to the Improv Summit. Okay, I know I've seen Spencer work. He's really good. Okay,
For those of you that are watching the Improv Summit, be sure to check out the Improv Summit.
yeah. I mean, obviously we're here. And find the improv jams and go there. And by all means, if you find those places that give you 5 minutes to just like get some volunteers and just do anything, get up there, man. Just get up there. Okay. Be like Shia LaBeouf and just do it. Okay.
Yeah. Be like Nike and just do it.
That's it. That's what I would
May
say.
have been a more exact reference.
Yeah. So yeah, this is
like
this
quite
is
on the nose
it.
that reference.
Yeah. So yeah, this is basically it. Look it up. Give it a try. We have internet. 20 years ago, this was not possible. Okay. I can just use my phone right now and just type and just go. This is brilliant. Use it. I hope that was a good answer.
No, it's a great answer. I think it's great. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me here on the Improv Summit. As always, I'm a liar. So I said that was the last question I had for you, but I actually have one. I actually have one more question, and that question is: we've been talking a lot about improv. You want to do some improv?
Oh, okay, yes.
All right, let's do it.
I'm never gonna say no to that. All right,
let's do it.
Number 1, nurse and patient.
Great. So let's do. We'll figure it out. Jeremy, I just want to let you know that your vitals are looking great. You're going to be gone in a couple weeks.
That's good news, nurse. But I feel like shit then?
Yeah, that's probably the medicine not kicking in yet. You'll be fine.
You got jokes. That's funny. You got jokes. I'm dying. You got jokes. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, but nobody told me what the hell do I have. Nobody's telling me. I keep asking people.
I think the real question is, what don't you have?
What? Okay, then what don't I have?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. A lot of rare things that you probably never heard of. I won't bore you with the details. Just know that you're recovering. You'll be fine.
Okay, as long as I don't die, I guess. Does my wife
not
know?
Soon.
Does my wife? Did my wife come to visit at all?
She is not.
Probably fucking the gardener right now.
Scene.
I went really dark really quick, did I?
I know, but it was funny.
Yeah. I went pretty dark pretty quick.
Funny. Yeah. Just like, she hasn't come. Oh, I know why. Thanks everybody so much for coming to the Improv Summit. That's Yiannis. I'm Spencer. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye, guys. Have a good one.